everybody, it's your friend Batman, and welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Today we're talking about the Heart Part 4 and Humble, new tracks from Kendrick Lamar. I'm reacting. This is me reacting to the tracks. All right, Humble. I have the papers here. It says Kendrick Lamar. All right, Alfred just brought me these papers. It says Kendrick Lamar is he's from New York. He's a East Coast rapper. He's a pretty popular guy, really young in the game. And this song, Humble, I don't really like it. I don't think anybody should be humble. Why should you be humble if you got money? Well, he doesn't have money, but I have a lot. I don't give a fuck about being humble. All I care about is my channel and making a lot of dough so I can buy a lot of stuff and sit in my room. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Alright, fuck you guys. Bye.
You're listening to the Double D's podcast.
I'm Dom.
I'm the Respect.
He's got a great set of tits.
I get so angry thinking about this kid.
Because that's what most people are bitching about.
New York, you know, we like to eat out here. You
gotta stop looking at interacting with people online as a cheap date. My father used to drink.
Get the fuck away from me. I'm done.
I come a lot, by the way.
You're good with the rap stuff.
If you didn't say it, somebody in the comment section would have said it.
It's like how you feel when you're having a paranoid high.
That's a dynamic connection right there. You're listening to Double D's. I'm D Respect. Thank you once again for listening to another installment of the Double D's podcast. As always, we would like you to give this video 130 likes. 130 likes would make me the happiest podcaster in all of the land. Please do it and purchase the Skitcast. It is in the description below. Support the show. Support your friends, man. Right? Support your friends.
How about that?
Yeah. How about this? How you support your friends? And how about this? How about this?
Why does that kill me? I hate that. You're like a hack comedian. I'm like the guy in the front.
Yeah.
This is just too. It's the hack comedian who's like, and I was going down a store the other day. I mean, like these girls are crazy these days with these skirts. Everyone's just quiet. He knows they want to hear it. How about the? You know? How about the? Yeah. Shucky ducky quack quack.
I'm the one. I'd be the one guy that follows you around all over the country just to laugh at that one joke. One joke. Did you see when she got slapped around by her mother?
Oh, dude, I want to see this. No, when she get beat up.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I just heard about it because normally I just don't click on that type of stuff anymore.
She got slapped.
But she got beat up by her mother on camera. Let's see. I want to check this out.
Was her mother? Was she recording it? Was her mother?
Somebody was recording it. Somebody was recording it.
Hey, bitch, you better stay away from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna twist my neck back and forth. You know, move my hand back and forth. You know what I'm saying, girl? How about dating? How about you step back, mama?
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. Dude, her mother's grabbing her by her hair, and she's like, they're really going at it. But her mother's definitely getting the better of the fight. Her mother's big, dude. She's got this
fucking
big
white
gut.
trash, dude.
Yeah, that's what this is. Yeah.
Here's some Danielle Bergoli news for you guys.
Who's Danielle Bergoli? Who is that?
That's her. That's her name. That's
Oh, Daniela. Okay.
Yeah. So she apparently has a TV deal. It's happening.
Oh, that's no surprise. I mean, she's probably gonna get a reality show soon.
What do you think it's gonna be called?
It's going to have the play on words, right? It has to.
You think so?
Because that works with the branding. Absolutely.
So okay. What
Catch
are the
My
odds
Real Life or something. It might be called How About That?
Okay, but what are the odds that it's not that? It can't not
There's
be
no
Catch Me.
way, because you just said Daniela Bertelli and I had no clue who she was. I said, who is that? It's Catch Me
it was
Outside
called
Girl.
What if it's called One Girl's Quest? They just completely fuck it up, and like the ratings like, fucking plummet because no one knows who it is. One Girl's Quest. What the hell is this?
Do you remember when The Simpsons had that episode where Bart he accidentally made something fall or something at the Krusty show, like the set, and then the crowd looked at him and he said, "I didn't do it," and everyone started laughing, and Bart became the "I didn't do it" kid.
No, I don't.
Then Bart even he parodied MC Hammer's Can't Touch This with I Didn't Do It.
Oh,
Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, I didn't do it. Da-na-na-na. That's what she's going to have to do. Like, it has to be branded as, how about that?
And I'm so happy about this because I'm making a little video about this, actually. Did I tell you about my dystopian future idea?
Please.
Okay.
You're
so
going to tell me. So why
yes.
The
video I'm making is called Cash Me Outside 2040, okay? And here's what it's about. So right now it's 2017. This is 30 years into the future, okay? World War III has happened. We're at war with the Ruskies, all that shit. And it's like a dilapidated, like Children of Men type place. It's like shit's crumbling all around, blah, blah, blah. But it's still technologically advanced. So you close in and you see this like filthy whore of a fat woman standing on a corner, right? And her whole body is basically it's owned by corporations. She has a metallic arm that is owned by WorldStar. WorldStar literally like has installed a lung in her body so that like she got lung cancer, and then they were like, okay, we'll help you. We'll just replace the lung, but you like every breath you take is WorldStar. Like it says, like you have to end every phrase you say with WorldStar Hip Hop. She has like a boil on her neck that's like it's sponsored by NASCAR or some shit, and it talks for her. So she's basically, I'm taking this idea further. Like let's say that she has to keep dancing around like a monkey. Like it's not gonna stop. I mean, like I've seen this shit happen where like WorldStar paid some guy to tattoo their name on his neck. Like, what if she's like the first step of these people who just like they are a catchphrase in the future? Like they are this internet meme. What happens when this meme is something that happens to you when you're like 10? So this is like it's like a dystopian idea of it. I think it's
so this is like I'm
sort of
if you're a new age Macaulay Culkin.
Not even, man. I mean, yeah, but he's not. Yeah, okay.
Because Macaulay Culkin, when you think of him, you think of your hands on your cheeks and you're screaming.
Right.
That's what you think about. I mean, he has to do that, or else he looks like he's going into some depressive spiral to nowhere. And I think I saw a movie in his adulthood, and he kind of looked like he was on crack. I'm not even sure, but so she's 40 years from now, she's a walking meme.
Yeah, every part of her body.
So you would think that it's possible. So you would think that it's possible that she's even still around.
I mean, realistically, no. But if she was, it would be because of that. I think it's like publicity. It's like if your arm is replaced by WorldStar, I mean, you're kind of a thing already. Like maybe you're like a brand ambassador.
Right. WorldStar pays you because you know even though you're not famous, when you go to Walmart, people still recognize you.
Right.
And when you reach into the crack of your ass to scratch your ass, people can see the WorldStar arm, and so they'll pay you for that.
Yeah, and she'll just get like a stipend. I don't know, like $50 a month or whatever. But this is
where WorldStar still pay me after 20 years to help out that video. So it's been beneficial,
And I have another vision. This is a more realistic vision. Okay, 20 years from now.
Okay,
this is a more realistic vision.
Okay,
20 years from now.
This is the realistic one, guys. We're going inside the mind of a fucking lunatic. This is give us a real one.
The year is 2037, okay? Play that Vangelis Blade Runner music, all right? Year's 2037.
I'm not getting
Daniel. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Daniel Bergolo is however old she is. She has 5 kids by Kodak Black, and actually no, she has 6 kids by 7 different dads. I'm not even gonna explain how that works, but that's what it is. She is a fucking garbage piece of mess, and she's desperate for cash, dude. Desperate. So you know what she does? She goes back to the scene of the crime, okay? She goes back to the one man. Yes, to the one man
How
who made
old is
her.
Dr. Phil at this point?
He's pretty old. He's like 70, 80.
So how does this show? Okay. You're Dr. Phil. You're Dr. Phil, and I'm her. Let's go.
Okay. Oh, well. We got an interesting guest coming on the show today.
Hey.
I savor this moment. You know what I mean? For a really long time. Last time I saw you, you told me that you made me. Is that correct?
Yeah. I did say that because I wanted you to catch me outside. that was a thing, and everything was kind of on the up and up. But yeah,
Well,
I'm
you
back.
know what? Now,
Uh-huh.
now since we're in the future, we got robots in the audience, and each one of them is going to beat your ass for 5 minutes each. Okay, and we'll pay you $200.
I deserve it. I'll feel. I haven't felt in a while, but I'll feel finally.
Why did you try to turn it into an Oscar award-winning performance at the end? You tried to add fucking
Because she's humbled.
Oh yeah, she's just no, but like the smug look on his face. He was just sitting down, like just relishing it.
Mm.
I think there's a part of him. I think there's a part of him that probably wants that. He's like, this stupid bitch.
He's not. No, he's not surprised. It only
This
it only
dumb
expands his celebrity. Oprah made him. Obviously, it wasn't her.
Oh yeah.
Oprah can say that.
All right, Oprah off. Let's do it.
Oprah off.
Yeah, man.
Win a
Welcome.
free car. I don't know.
No,
what
that's
I don't know.
we're on Double D's right now.
What?
Exclusive. This is an exclusive. I am so excited
Okay.
to be interviewing you. Why am I? I'm
This is
female
Oprah
Trump.
Winfrey.
Yeah, dude, it's Oprah, dog.
This is Donald Trump with a sex change. Like
No, dude.
Donald Trump as a male to male.
You got me. I'm trans now.
Yeah.
You know, the reason I got this sex change to respect is because I want people to respect me, also to know that I am okay with the fags and the trannies, okay? Because now that's what I am. So literally, no one can ever say anything bad about me ever again. Isn't that true?
Sir, we heard what Bruce Wayne had to say about Kendrick's track "Humble." From one billionaire to another. How did you feel about it?
I think he's a good guy. He's a great guy. Awesome guy. He's black. He makes great music. I love his music. The one he did with Biggie Smalls. Awesome. Great. It's a shame that he had to die. You know, he got killed in 97. I mean, it's a shame these black guys. I don't know why they always do this stuff. I don't know why they always have to get killed.
Was Kendrick killed in '97 or was it Biggie?
Kendrick is killed. Biggie did the song Humble, correct?
Yes, absolutely, sir. Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen.
He's tapped into the culture, man.
He knows what's going on. He's our president.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, this song to me, the song itself wasn't as important as the video, and I think you felt the same way.
Yeah, love the video, man. Yeah. It's that guy, big director. I forgot his name, Daniel something, but so good. And TDE is, I mean, they're at the forefront of making like the best music videos right now. I mean, rock musicians aren't making shit this cool. Fuck OK Go. They can suck my dick with that time lapse shit. Can I talk shit about OK Go for a second? Not that great. I don't care, dude. I feel like a stupid idiot saying this, but I feel about them the same way I do photorealistic drawings. Every one of their...
Well, what's OK Go? Explain this to me and
you don't know OK Go? Oh, come on. OK Go is the band that did... They did the infamous
with the treadmill. Okay, yeah, we've spoken about them before. Okay.
Every time they make a video, it's like the shit obviously took them 20,000 hours to do. I'm like, you know what? The song still sucks, okay? And no, I don't like y'all, okay? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so these TDE songs, music videos that they're doing, they all have their own shit. Like Schoolboy Q is always like some kind of mobster alien. Like it keeps going in this weird direction with him that I love, by the way. And I think the visuals, like the attention to detail, the desire to do something different artistically in terms of visuals is what's setting them apart right now, as well as just having on top of just having good music regardless. Mm-hmm. It's good.
Yeah. So what did you think about the flaming heads?
I thought it was beautiful. I don't know that it means anything. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, that's the thing about being black is anything you do someone will inevitably try and point it back to blackness. Like if anything's on fire, it's about racial oppression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If there's a piece of rope or a twine or any sort of cord,
yeah, it's strange
about
fruit
lynching
all over again.
Yeah. Oh, clearly you were referencing strange fruit, and that's okay. Of course, Kendrick. If it's Kendrick, he's probably gonna have some subliminal. Like it's probably a little more obvious that. Like the All Right music video. Yeah, we know what that was about. The flaming heads. I just think it looks cool, man. Because I mean, the guys beside him, they had rope heads and they were burning. Mm-hmm. But maybe that's. I mean, this is. I guess.
a side effect of living in America. This is just how we look at black bodies, right?
So this would be different if he was white? What do you mean?
I'm
If there's a white guy with flaming heads, then the race thing goes out the window. It's not about that.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's not that's not another God connection for you.
No, I mean it's racial. Mm-hmm. I mean, regardless of whether or not you like, it just is. It always becomes that. You know,
okay, I could see because the ropes are wrapped around their faces, and I guess it is a connection to being hung and burned.
Yeah, and I mean,
why isn't the rope on his face?
Damn, that's a good, because he has to be recognizable.
He has to perform the video.
Yeah, because he has to rap. No, there is one scene where he's just in a sea of bald blackheads, and he's the only guy who isn't bald. And that's just
I'm there somewhere.
Yeah, that's just so beautiful. It's so good. It's like a chorus. You don't often think about the chorus being involved with hip hop, right? It's like if someone's rapping, and they have a bunch of people behind them, usually they aren't really contributing verbally, and unless it's like a nod or acknowledgement or just standing there posted up, right? It's rarely like that. Like the way they did it, it's like it's almost like an opera where he has his head up, like, hold up, bitch, puts his head down. Everyone else puts their head up, and they're like, they almost represent us. Like it's almost like they're us talking about them. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful imagery, man. Like and then like, okay, Last Supper shit. I think it's just a cool image. I don't think there's any meaning to that. And again, there might not be meaning to any of this shit, but that's what it's like. I mean, like, you're black, everything sort of points back to that stuff because that's where we live, you know. And this stuff is all not. I feel like all this stuff is it's subliminal. It hasn't really been addressed openly enough, and which is why the movies like Get Out exist. It's always going to be that way.
Wouldn't it be great if there was somebody running at the camera and they did the? No, it wouldn't be. I'm joking. Dude, the religious theme to me is, you know, stands out more to me than the racial stuff. You're right. That the rope that seems like it's very racially motivated, and you know he's doing all this stuff, and you know it's a common theme. You know, things that people have done before, but this is pretty much the position that he's in, and I think he's aware of the position. And
the Pope and the Jesus, right?
Yeah, he's aware of it, and he knows that there's a slot for this, you know, because I almost feel like anyone at this point knows that rappers get deified after a few years when they remain on top and they remain consistent. That everybody says he's that guy. He's that guy. And right now he's the guy, and it's going to be another guy in 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
Trinidad James.
That's very likely. He just makes a...
Trinidad James comes out of nowhere with a project that just
it's
floors
eloquent.
us.
It's fucking
brilliant.
Lyrical.
It's so incredible. The music video, he makes a video for each song, and it's just like it chronicles, just like he talks about Trinidad itself. It's a chronicle of like diaspora and fucking Caribbean. It's deep, and they're all bangers too. And you're like, Trinidad James, we didn't know you had it in you, dog.
Yeah.
But
that would be totally unexpected.
It'll be tight. I love a comeback.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kendrick. So we can say it's Pac, right? That's the slot. That's it.
Yeah. It's the Pac slot. It's the Nas slot. It's the Kanye.
Jay-Z.
Well, Jay-Z never did that. Jay-Z's one of the few of the big names that not that I can remember in any way, shape, or form. Like I made a video about the Humble video, which you guys can check on my main channel, D.
Hey, I did one too.
Hey, they didn't even hear. I said D. Respect. You guys can check it out. You know, I pointed out Eminem's Rap God, and you know, Rap God. He doesn't. It's more of a secular approach to I'm a god. It's the concept of I'm a god because of my abilities. My abilities are what make me a god. It's not my place in opposition to you. I just have godlike abilities. But still, it's under that umbrella. Another person that I was thinking of as well, Wayne did this, but it was more subtle. Wayne had a period where he was just saying he's not human. You know, remember when he was just saying, I'm an alien. Right, I'm an alien. So it was more of a Scientology approach. I am a Xenu.
Hey, do you mind if I have you hold on in this box so I can read your Thetan level?
What's in the box?
It's your Thetans.
Thanks for
You got a lot of Thetans.
I don't get what the fuck that means.
Hey, I put that bitch pussy in a Thetan. You don't know what a Thetan is?
No.
These are like, it's a measurement of like evil spirits. Thetans are evil spirits that you have
all
in
this
you.
Jehovah shit that you grew up on.
Scientology, dude.
Oh, this is something about Scientology. Okay.
Yeah, it's Scientology, dog. You see, you don't even know the level I'm at, dog. And when them Thetans be in that pussy, dog, that shit crazy.
So
yeah, but he said he was an alien, like, for a while.
Yeah, so
I remember.
that was him saying he's unhuman, and you know, Nas had himself in the "Hate Me Now" video, which is probably the most, which I would say is the most graphic image that a rapper's ever portrayed of them being God or something, because Nas was stoned in the video, he was crucified.
What?
Yeah,
did he have his Timbs on when he got crucified?
You've never seen "Hate Me Now"?
It's been a long time.
Okay. You're a fucking loser. You have been a long time, but you haven't even seen it.
Yeah, he has his
fucking
Timbs on.
Dare you make a video about Kendrick Lamar? Never.
No, I remember "Hate Me Now," dude. He at first he puts on his lugs and then he's walking slowly through the street.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the respect that this man has for rap music. He doesn't give a fuck.
And then they grab him by the
lugs. Let's talk about Black Panther and what this could possibly mean for the sequel.
I don't care that much about him. So
shut up.
Go on.
Shut up. So yeah. So I mean, this is expected. I mean, you know, this is. Hey, look, guys. I mean, for what it's worth, this is something that I was talking about 3 weeks ago with Anthony Fantano when I was talking about Kendrick being deified. Kendrick is aware of the fact that he's being deified. You can see it in the fucking images, but he's going to take a different approach, I think, than all these other people did. And what I believe is that this album is going to be something different. I don't know if different means sonically or content-wise, but there's going to be something different here. I think he's going to challenge you. You're going to be challenged with something, and I have no clue what it is because I'm not Kendrick Lamar, but I think he's going to challenge you with something because otherwise, what is there? Because if he doesn't, then that represents stagnation, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he's one of those guys. I mean, and he said this before, and it's not even about him saying it. You just know it. He came out with like swimming pools, drank all that shit, and got radio played, and it was like, oh, I can do that. And he kind of turns around. And he's like, okay, well, I did that. Well, let's see if I can do this. And he just like elevated a step above that, and it's like, okay, well, I guess I don't need radio play to have an amazing album. Okay, well, what else is there? And that's going to be the next thing. We're going to see what that thing is. And you know what else? Kanye did that. He did. Since My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, has he had any big radio songs?
Not really.
That was it, man. And he ascended and went to the Yeezus.
I mean, he's had, things that have been radio spins, but huge smash hits.
Right. You know what? Kendrick will appear on other people's tracks, like a Taylor Swift or a Sia song. Mm-hmm. And I guess he'll get his radio hits from that shit. But like, I'm excited. I want to be challenged. I want to see him take something and do stuff that's never been done before, because that to me is true artistry. I mean, showing up and punching in every day is I think you can be an artist and do the same thing every day, but you're not really good if you're not challenging yourself for experimenting. If you're not at least trying to destroy what you've made to some degree.
Is there any musician or rapper that you enjoy that's pretty much been the same 5 years ago, 10 years ago?
Trinidad James. Besides him, the
consistency of Trinidad.
You know what, man? Beach House I love them.
I knew you were gonna bring up something I have no fucking clue about.
They're really
something
good.
that, you know, your playlist. I'm sure Dom's playlist would be something that they would play on the PA system at Urban Outfitters.
The only person who has a weirder playlist than me is Mike Seatown.
No, this isn't about Mike. This is about you and your weird playlist. Okay.
Okay, so Beach House haven't changed their sound in the last 5 years. Their shit, I mean, they don't change, but I love them. All their songs sound like someone sitting on the floor crying with a bass behind it. Yeah, they don't change, man. On the flip side, Radiohead, they seem to be trying to. They did the same thing as Kendrick. They had the radio play, they had the creep and all that stuff, and then it was just like boom, boom, boom. And since, I mean, I don't know, since I guess early 2000s, they haven't had radio hits. And they just keep trying to outdo themselves and make weird shit. But I'm trying to think of people who haven't really changed. Yeah, mostly Beach House. As much as I love them, their formula is just the same. Do you think you can be a good artist and not change?
Well, it depends. It depends what you mean by good artist. I think somebody who's remained pretty much the same person and still to this day is people love him, not on a grand scale, but Fabulous is somebody. Fabulous is somebody. I've talked about how underrated he is, and he's been this relevant throughout all these years, but he hasn't really grown artistically. He hasn't really grown lyrically. He's pretty much always, you know, talking about the same stuff. He's always talking about, you know, vacations and purchasing
paper towels
and purchasing jewelry. And that's all he really ever talks about, and sneakers. And
oh my god, he's fucking he's what, like he's got to be 45.
No, Fabulous isn't that. Fabulous has to be in his late 30s to early 40s.
Nah, dude, he's 40.
Yeah, I think he's got to be early 40s. But I mean, does that make you a bad artist? I mean, I guess that would depend on your audience. Does your audience, what do they expect from you? What, as a product, what do they? And I mean, obviously, we're having the conversation where we would probably think that most artists would approach it as, I don't care what they want. I'm going to give them I'm going to tell them what they want. I understand that. But if we're looking at it in terms of entertainment and marketability, then that all depends on what your fan base demands from you. What do they want from you? Are Fabulous listeners people who expect musical growth? Not really. Kanye listeners, yes, they expect that. That's pretty much the tone that Kanye's been setting. So he's got to keep that going, or else, you know, it's one of those things where if you do it early in your career, be prepared to always reinvent yourself, because they're always going to expect it from you, or they're going to think you're just not growing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But those, I guess obviously they're different types of artists. I mean, like, you get a guy like Pitbull.
That is an example of somebody who's just
Pitbull.
There doesn't have to be any growth there.
Oh my Lord. Party. 80 years old. Party. I hate what are you, dude? Pitbull.
With Pitbull, I always just assume that Pitbull has got his hand in so many things that it's just the tip of the iceberg is the music. It's the tip of the iceberg. There's something else that Pitbull does. I mean, and most of these artists do other things, but I just think that he spends no time on the actual songwriting. He might not even write it himself. There's just no time.
Dude, there's no. What, like, okay, so what if he does? He's sitting in his bedroom.
No pare la fiesta. Don't
right.
stop the festival. No.
Yeah, okay. Wait. How about a better? Okay.
No, he's like, no, don't stop the festival. No, that's not it. That's not it.
Yeah.
God damn it! These people, they need great music. They need music.
And he has this great moment where his wife comes in. He's like, "Hey, come to bed, Pitbull. Come to bed." And he's like, "I gotta write the next banger for these kids, but it's just not coming to me."
Right? He's got to wait for the muse. He's got to wait for the muse to.
Now, what if you write a song about partying?
Okay, I like it.
And in this song, she wants you, and you want her.
Has he ever made a song with Flow Rider? Because they're one and the same.
Oh god, I'm sure. Ugh.
All right, I don't want to do a podcast. I do not want to discuss Pitbull and even less Flow Rider. I'm done with that. I'm totally done with that. But Humble, overall, you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Do you know what? I can't get this out of my head, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about Pitbull doing a soundtrack for like 12 Years a Slave. I'm like, what if he had to? If someone put a gun to his head and he was like, your song cannot be about partying. You need to make a 12-track album about slavery.
I think it would sound like something like Macklemore would do. You know, in 1854 when they came to the country, I think it would sound like a Macklemore record.
1854, no, we couldn't party. It really wasn't a party. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The no fiestas, nothing. Nothing. Right, the dramatic piano chords working in like we couldn't party. And the song would be about. It wouldn't be about slavery. It would be about the inability to party.
Everything.
Right.
Everything.
Never mind your ability to
partying,
just do whatever you want, but just being able to party.
It's like, Pitbull, what do you think about the afterlife? Like, I don't know if there's body, it's going, you know what I'm saying? There's no body, body. I don't know. Yeah. Yuck. All right, yeah. So Humble. Is it a banger though? Can you hear it in the club?
No.
I think you can.
No.
Dude, you can't imagine a girl shaking her flat ass to that song.
Okay, with the beat, all right. But will it? I doubt it. But off his star power, will it be playing this weekend in clubs? Yes, it will. But I guess that's the tester. Let's see if that sends. Well, look, you're listening to somebody who wouldn't be caught dead inside a club right now. Right? So, am I going to be able to give you the testimonial? And I doubt that anyone that listens to this podcast is an avid club goer.
There's a one guy, Johnny Club, who's sitting here listening to this.
Like,
shit.
I don't know about you guys, but it's me in the club every weekend.
When
was the last time you were in a club?
Yesterday.
Dude, I cannot imagine you in a club. I mean, we were at a bar at 10 o'clock at night, and you were fucking sleeping in the bar.
I wasn't, dude.
Yes, you were. You were dozing off. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's what I do, dog.
Oh, God.
You know, my other nickname is Sleepy, right next to Two Hands. Two Hand Sleepy Rap Run. I don't. The last time I was in the club was probably like 6 years ago. Okay. I've never enjoyed it. I was at a strip club once, and I tried to touch the lady's pubis region, and she strongly grabbed my arm, and I was like, okay, yeah, sorry.
Wait. I don't mean strip club. I mean club. When was the last time you were in a club?
Years, 7, 8. No, probably longer. 8, 9 years ago. It's not my scene. I don't like loud music. I don't like people dressing up nice, holding drinks above their head, going, hey, celebrate the night. Hey.
Yeah.
I guess when I used to bounce, I mean, that was not really a club, but it was a bit very dancey and it was dark.
It was a dive bar, I'm sure.
It wasn't. It was a step above a dive.
It was a step above a dive, really. I did. Oh God, man! I keep putting you in the box, and I just cannot imagine you being the bouncer of some really hip lounge.
It wasn't hip. They wish they were.
So it's a dive bar.
It wasn't. Okay, a dive bar,
were they playing songs like Sweet Caroline?
I think they did.
Sweet Caroline, oh, I love that song, man. Anytime I go to the clubs, I love it when like they play Sweet Caroline.
Julio,
yeah.
Isn't Pitbull your favorite rapper, dude?
No, he's not.
He is. Who's your favorite rapper, Julio?
Okay, it's Pitbull. Okay, guilty.
Hey, what's your favorite Pitbull song?
I gotta go. I gotta go.
He doesn't want to talk about it, dude. I think you exposed him. That was the nicest way that you ethered Julio.
I like his music. I'm not ashamed.
Okay, this is about shame now.
God, I wish someone would just kill him. God, I wish someone would just like riddle him with bullet holes. I was at the bar the other day talking to a guy about hip hop and about how I don't like J. Cole. And I was talking to this guy about it, and he's like, "What? How could you say that?" I'm like, boring.
Does he watch Sketchcast?
Bore-
Did he know you like that?
No.
Okay.
No, he didn't know anything about it.
Did you mention it to? Hey, no. By the way, dude,
I do a show. It's really good.
God,
No.
will I ever stop feeling like a tool when I meet people? And, well, mostly women, when I have conversations and I say, well, what do you do? And I tell them about my day job.
No, that's your birthright. I'm not talking about women. Like, with dudes, I feel bad. When you're talking about women, it's different. You better own that shit.
It's just always feel like
Yesterday, last
show.
Last night at the bar, I told the chick that I have an IMDb. I swear to you, her eyes like widened. Like, oh my god, like you made it. Like you made it. And I'm like, wow, this is what I've worked for to be able to do this.
So what happened after she rejected you when you asked you?
I went home and I jerked, dog.
I figured.
Jerked my meat. Yeah, so I was at a bar the other day. I was talking to this Ghanaian dude, and he was one of those pushy African dudes. You ever been at I guess their thing is like, I guess in some economies it's like okay to haggle or something, and it becomes a thing where it's like their concept of business is like very pushy in some places. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I obviously it's not just limited to Ghana or Central Africa or whatever the fuck, but like he comes up to me and he's just like, his energy is so forceful, and I was like, are you trying to get me to buy something for me? Like, what the fuck? And he's like, hey, listen, man, listen. And we were just talking about some shit, and he's like, I work at the club, man. I work as a club promoter. And I'm like, I already hate you, dude. He's like, I work as a club promoter. And he's like, these guys buy bottle service every day, man. Look. And he shows me his Instagram, and he showed me a bucket of bottles and of champagne and shit. And he's like, guys, look, you see this shit? $3,000 this bottle. $2,000 that bottle. And he wasn't bragging, so I'll give him that. Yeah. But he was a little bit of a humble brag. Like, I work at this place. And I'm like, dude, I hate you right now. But I was asking him, I was like, why do people do this? Like, who wants this lifestyle? And he's like, I don't know, I don't do it, but he said that there are people who like, that's like the pinnacle of their life is being at the center of attention in a club at the VIP with the bottles.
God, the way you said VIP sounds so cringy. At the VIP with the bottles.
You're in the VIP with the bottles. You want to roll with the big dogs. You got to be in the VIP with the bottles.
See, the way you said that was the reason why I stopped watching Narcos. Like I mentioned to you, I hated the voice. I just hated it. These guys out here, they weren't like your average old dealers. They were VIP members at the club.
His Spanish is awful, by the way.
Oh, I didn't even get to that.
Yeah.
When we're in Colombia chasing down the narcositos.
See how this is all affecting me? This is horrible. What? Okay, so the guy shows you all this stuff. I mean, what's your reaction? You sort of diffuse him? You dismiss him?
No. I wasn't diffusing because he didn't like it either. But he works in that industry, so he's like 50% douchebag, trying to convince me that he's not 100%.
What was he wearing?
Oh, great question. Pink, I remember this, dude. Pink shirt. I think it was Guess, but pink shirt with a big
open collar.
No. Is a no collar shirt, t-shirt, but like big, ugly, like shiny plastic triangle in the middle of this shirt. Huge. Okay. It was silver. It was shiny. Yeah, but he just had that look of a slimy guy, like. And there was another guy there at the bar too, and this guy annoyed me because like this will happen to you sometimes, where like you're sitting there and the bartender, I know him well, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Dom draws he does animations," and the guy was like, one of the guys is like, "Oh word." He just gets up and gets his phone out, and he's like, "Oh yeah, because I need a dude to do a thing for me." Yeah. And like I immediately, dude, I can smell this shit. I'm like, you're not about it. I don't want to give you my Instagram. Of course I gave him my Instagram. But, like, you're not about... No. He wanted my number, dude. He took my number. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, you don't even know if I'm some shit. Mm-hmm. And you're putting my number in your phone? Like, dude, have some dignity, man. Like, it's gross. Why do people do that?
He was excited. This is something that he probably brainstormed about it like maybe 2 days ago, and he's like, "Yeah, I got to find the guy to do that." And
anyone who talks to you this way, oh yeah, and I can get you to do the drawing part, you know, the design, because I got the design already, and you can do this. I have never, ever had a client come out of that, or a good client. No one's ever paid me who talks like that, or paid me well. I guarantee you he'd want to give me like $10 for something that I should be charging him $300 for.
$10 sounds like a big payday. maybe you want to get me in contact with this guy? No, come on, just give me his number. Come on, just shoot.
Hey, oh yeah. After I hook you up with that guy, you could do the deal. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we could build up. You have any of those dudes who's like, oh yeah, you do a channel? Because I do a thing too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You think Kendrick would do that? You think Kendrick Lamar would hear that you do comics or an animation at a bar and run over to you and grab his phone out?
If you were in a bar and you just so happen to say like, "Hey man, I'm doing this," is Kendrick gonna come over and say, "Oh really? Because I rap and we could?"
Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously. You're pointing out Kendrick maybe 10 years ago.
No, I don't think he would have.
Kendrick 10 years ago would not have done that. Hey,
okay, Section 8. Oh, do you know how bad I wish I could go back in time and just kiss Kendrick on his cheek? No. I wish I could just email him and be like, "I'll do a music video for you for like $50, dude."
Hey, if that's how you feel, then you should send an email blast to everyone on SoundCloud.
Oh, so that's been my strategy. I do it. If I did a music video for literally everyone on SoundCloud, one of them will end up being the next Drake.
Yeah, they end up being the next XXXTentacion.
XXXTentacion.
Who's
He's out of jail, dog.
Prison.
Out of jail. Hey, free my nigga, dog.
Dude, I saw him in, he did an interview, and
on 103 on the Florida station.
Yeah, it was with J Fox, I think.
K Fox, who I know you're in love with. I know
she's gorgeous.
I like her too.
I didn't know her name, but I thought it was J Fox.
I know her name.
Oh yeah. I think she was in the New York market. I think she was on Hot 97.
She was on Juan Epstein. She was on Juan Ep.
Yeah, yes. Right. Yeah, she was connected somehow to Rosenberg.
Right. But go ahead.
And yeah, so he's doing his little interview, and he's very it's strange when somebody who seems to have so much perspective on things, even at such a young age.
Yeah, dude.
But it's funny how there's also a fight compilation of him. Like there's like 3 or 4 fights with him, fucking people up. And so this is, it's pretty.
He's a smart kid, dude.
He's a smart kid, but it's like how. Okay, so we can all agree that what makes Jaden Smith cringy is that he is a privileged kid. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, if you hear some of Jalen Smith's records, it's not like he can't rap. He's capable of putting together good sounds, but it's just he's going to mimic what he loves. That's pretty much what he's going to do. So you have Tentacion, who pretty much does the same thing. I mean, he's very positive thinky. He's very
law of attraction. Right?
Yeah, he's very into the law of attraction. So how far is he from putting out that tweet of if babies could speak, they'd be geniuses? Why is that not cringy? But it's cringy when it comes to, and this is something that I'm just asking over. I mean, if you don't have the answer to this, I'm really wondering what the difference is there, if there is any at all.
I'll tell you, he's more talented than Jaden Smith. Mm-hmm. This dude with no famous father was able to fucking get like millions of SoundCloud plays. I mean, this guy is going to be huge. And I mean, nepotism aside, I mean, Jaden Smith is not that. I mean, he's an artist, he's a creative guy, but like he's not XXXTentacion. And that guy, he's like, I've listened to 3 of his interviews so far, and he has another long one that just came out that you should check out.
Oh,
as well,
does he?
Like,
real long one? How long?
It's about an hour and 30.
Oh,
he goes.
Is it
he
girthy
goes like,
too?
Shut up, dude. Like you're trying so hard for that fucking dick joke.
Oh, and you weren't trying hard when I was trying to talk about rap. See, this
How
is the thing.
dare
listen,
you.
guys, listen. You see how the roles are reversing here, and now that we're talking about these new, hot, current guys that everyone gives a shit about, he cares, and now he's bothered by my jokes. But when I had the gall to talk about Nas, all his fucking jokes came
All I
out.
wanted to say is that Nas had
These
lugs
fucking
on
kids-
when he got
These kids, a
crucified.
kid who he hasn't even heard an album about.
Look, I've heard enough of
he's
XXXTentacion.
serious
all
about
right?
this kid.
You know what else? He loves Naruto and he watches a lot of anime. And this is my guy. Okay, he understands me. He's like Nas doesn't know what it's like to be me. Okay, be up on these streets.
It pains me to hear this, but go continue.
Listen, all right. So he talks a lot about depression and suicide and like dark shit, man. About trying to sell his soul and stuff, and like what it's like to be in a jail cell. I like it. I honestly,
You know who
think
else talks about
he's-
suicide?
Nas?
Cuddy. You don't show Cuddy any respect.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a Cuddy challenge this year.
Yeah, I know.
How's your Cuddy been going? Let's see how your Cuddy's going. Okay.
This is the beat.
Okay.
Go ahead. Don't care about myself no more. I don't care about pussy no more.
And I don't want to be here no more. I mumbled. See, that's his mumble. He's got a sort of mumble approach now.
Is that I didn't listen to Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying. I didn't listen to that.
Me either. I'm pretty sure it's more the same. If he collaborates with XXXTentacion, then maybe you.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh
That'd
yeah.
be
Oh
fucking-
yeah.
Yeah, shut up. Look. It'll be tight.
was the joke.
Tentacion. No. I'm serious, dude.
Yeah.
You think I'm joking, dog?
Okay.
You think I'm joking on these streets? I would love to see a Tentacion Drake collab. I'm sorry.
Get your man.
Cudi.
Hey, can't get my dick on my pants. Hey.
Listen, man. Look at Me is his most popular song, and
I like
it's
looking.
not.
I like that record, but let's not get
I
crazy.
like it.
Let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy. Let's hear an album. Let's hear a mixtape. Let's wait for that.
Look, Bad Vibes Forever is coming out this fall.
Even though
so we'll see.
the names also coming out.
I'm not a huge.
slated to come out on Epic Records, which he signed in October
Is that me?
of 2016.
Is that your impression of me?
In 2016. Subscribe to DHA.
Punch you in
Yeah,
your
this is
throat.
fucking. It sounds like Christian Bale.
Subscribe to DHA.
So like you have hot food in your mouth.
If you guys want to do a D-Respect impression, walk around your apartment really quickly while unwrapping cookies. While unwrapping cookies and the crumbs, make sure the crumbs are falling as you gobble them.
Why would that be an accurate impersonation of me?
Rabin, look. Check it out, Rabin. I got this edible. Fucking amazing, dog.
Okay.
It's great.
Okay.
You eat edibles. You send me pictures of edibles, dude.
Well-
every day.
Well, I went this morning, but I it's
Of
totally
course.
gone. It's gone. It's gone by now.
How often do you eat edibles now?
Nowadays, I mean, up until like 4 or 5 days ago, I didn't eat one, in like a week or so.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
once I re-up and I get some, I get a couple of packs and I spread it out, But I don't want to talk about edibles. Okay, I don't want to talk about edibles.
Were you high when you watched the Chappelle special?
No, I was not. I was at work when I saw both the specials. When I listened to them, yeah. I was.
Oh, you didn't watch?
I watched them. I kept the Netflix in my phone, and I was just
I got
listening
you.
to it. Yeah. So I mean, Chappelle doesn't really require anything visually. Not that I think
That's true.
he doesn't require, but of course you could always benefit off of watching him do that whole mic thing. But he's not very visual. His facial expressions. I enjoyed them though. They're
okay.
Oh, you don't like them that much?
Honestly,
Okay.
man, there were a few jokes that had me like laughing. What the fuck is that?
Nothing.
Is that you pumping air into your dick?
Oh, Rab, run.
No, really, what is it?
Oh no, it's a basketball pump. Go ahead.
Oh, it's I did get it right. So you fucking threw.
Rapid challenge. We're gonna challenge Dominic Radburn of the Double D's podcast with an air pump while he talks about Dave Chappelle. Ready? Go. You just got punked.
Silent Library. Is what it is.
That's exactly. I love Silent Library.
No bullshit. I will not shit on that show because I feel like that would be so fun. That would be like go out with your friends and do that shit. That would be the best.
Absolutely.
It would be so funny.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Chappelle. There were a few jokes that made me laugh really hard. I think there was one about Cosby raping or something.
Yeah.
And like he just kept tying it into that. There was one specific thing he said that I lost my shit. But yeah, overall, like I didn't really get much from it, and I watched both of them. I mean, but Chappelle's never been like social commentary guy. And at some point he acknowledges it. He's like, I'll let Chris Rock handle the cop shit. The cop shit.
But he does have his commentary. He's had it.
Yeah, but it's very like
early. Yeah, he just doesn't. He makes one or two statements and then he moves on. Like he says one or two things and then he moves on. I mean, he really had a social. He really had a social statement. I think it was Killing Them Softly when he brought up. Oh no! I think it was For What It's Worth. When he was talking about women reading beauty magazines and them forgetting that how beautiful they are because they start feeling fatter. Kind of what Kendrick was mentioning in the Humble video.
Yeah.
So he's done that before. That joke that you mentioned to me was the best joke of the first stand-up. The one where he was trying to walk you down the line of putting this whole country into perspective and bringing up the JFK assassination. I think he brought up the MLK assassination. And then he said, and in between all of that, Bill Cosby raped 40 women.
That
was, yeah. I could not take how good that was. I did not see that.
Yeah,
this was taking such a serious road. But then again, it is fascinating because it's like this guy who most people, who was one of the most famous African Americans in the country. I mean,
he was a hero for black
people. He even
pointed
pointed out that the podium, I don't know if this is true. Apparently he didn't know whether this was true either, but he said that the podium that Martin Luther King made his I Have a Dream speech, that podium was purchased or had something to do with Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
So he praises Bill Cosby by the end of the special with that, but just the way he brought that up, I was just like, man, that was good. That was good because I didn't see it coming, and I listened to a lot of stand-up specials.
Yeah.
So I get the rhythm sometimes.
He's good with him. He's good with the misdirect and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think I just like hearing him talk for real. I'm so surprised he hasn't done a Rogan, but I love hearing this guy talk, and I wish there were more ways for me to listen to him, like outside of stand up. Like I wanna know more about that zone he goes in where he's just tranced out and just like stuff that comes to his head.
Yeah,
like,
how did you feel about those Morgan Freeman intros?
Loved it. Great. Like the visuals, all that stuff is great. Loved it.
Dave's an artist. He's an artist.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
acknowledging. That's him acknowledging. There's a process. There's a
I was
method
so
to my
happy
madness.
to see that
Yeah.
too, because you know what it.
Dave doesn't
you
show that
reminded
part.
me
He
of?
doesn't show that.
It is good to see him back. It's good to see him doing his shit again. Obviously, I wish he was doing skits more, but also, I mean, I say this all the time. I love it when something ends early. I love when something ends on a good note at the climax. Chappelle's show never got shitty, and after 4 or 5 seasons, it probably would have had some boring ones. Didn't he shit on Key and Peele at one moment?
Yeah, he's been because he's done that bit all over the place.
Where he said that they're doing
right.
my show.
I've watched Key and Peele
right.
do my show for the past 5-6 years.
Right.
I wonder how he feels now that Jordan Peele put out a movie that's like critically acclaimed and it's like revered.
Oh,
for like
no. That's not his shit though. You cannot take that away from Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
That's like Chappelle couldn't do that shit.
Yeah.
So
probably not. I don't think Dave would. I think you have to take yourself a little seriously to do something like that.
You do, and
which is not to say that it's a bad thing. I just don't think Chappelle would. He just wouldn't paint such a serious brush on it. I mean, it had its humor in it, its subtle humor in it, but he wouldn't paint it with such a dramatic brush.
Jordan Peele, is a huge fan of like horror films and like a lot of indie artsy movies, and you can see this if you look at interviews that he's done. But he's a student of all that shit. And obviously, like anyone with half a brain knows that like funny people aren't funny all the time. In fact, Dave, like in the trance mode, that's like as much him as he is on stage. Mm-hmm. Him generating these thoughts and processing these things through his brain is super real. You know what it was? Him talking about trans stuff was it. I laughed so hard. I love that shit. It's great.
Yeah, he got a lot of heat for that.
Of course he did. But the stuff like, and Patrice talked about this too. It's like, it's kind of a weird thought, but it's like if I love fucking feet. If I really love fucking feet, why can't I go out and like have a flag about it? Like it's like the sexuality. Like when it comes to certain gender stuff, it's like a group you can find yourself like. It's like you have solidarity. There are these groups and things like that, but it's different with like fetishes, like things that we consider fetishes, which are just sex, right? It's all just sex that we're defining these things on. Correct?
Yeah.
I mean, even if I loved a woman's feet, if I romantically identified as being a guy who's into women's feet, it still would be like it still would be considered different. But just him talking about like the identity, what he is talking about is identity politics. He's talking about like, and I've thought about dude, I remember now. He said like I saw dudes in the hood are walking around with heels so that cops won't shoot them. And I was like, dude, that right there, I remember now. That was brilliant. It's almost like the thing where they were like, oh, with Cecil the Lion. It's like if black people walked around with like lion like costumes on, would they be like like harassed less? Mm-hmm. You know. But I love.
You think that was a reference to the one from the second special when he mentioned having a gay friend, the friend who was suspected to be gay, and they spoke over the phone before he went to see Dave at his show? Because I think he mentioned that the guy was from Brooklyn, and he was like, I've thugged out friends in Brooklyn that they walk around, and so.
I don't think it was a reference. That story was boring. That story was kind of boring, by the way.
Okay.
I didn't really care for that.
One random one that I really liked that he said is when he was talking about his wife's gay friends, and he said, he mentioned how condescending they were towards him.
They're like, oh, Dave.
He said this guy talks to me like a cat would if a cat had a voice.
Yeah.
And he's like, David, how are you, David? That was great.
Overall, like, did it leave you with anything afterwards? You feel like there was stuff to chew on?
No, because Dave has something similar, and I'm gonna compare him to somebody that you didn't see it coming, and it's not Trinidad James. Eminem.
Oh,
he has something similar to Eminem. They have this habit of making jokes out of old references. They make old like Dave Chappelle just now. He upgraded his random rap group holla when it used to be Wu-Tang, bitch, Wu-Tang. That was 5 years ago. Now he said G-Unit this time. Dave has this thing. I mean, just making your stand-up special sort of themed around O.J. Simpson stories and how you met him.
Right.
That in and of itself, even though, O.J.'s been brought more to the news cycle with the Cuban Gooding Show. I understand that, but there's that. He just takes old things and sort of extracts that into jokes. And Eminem does the same thing. I mean, Eminem would still probably make a Monica Lewinsky joke if he...
Christopher Reeves, he does it all the time.
He always does it. They have this thing where they... and you don't know what to make of it. I mean, they're fucking geniuses, both of them, but they just have this thing where they just like to run out these old sort of concepts that nobody's really talking about anymore, but it's just like, to them, it's relevant somehow. Maybe they're rich, secluded guys who don't know, I don't know, but it's something that I think they share.
Hannibal talks about new artists. He's current with that shit. Like he's like super current. Like he'll talk about guys who are. I mean, he's very ear low to the ground, that sort of thing. So he's sort of on the flip side of it, in terms of knowing what's happening or sort of acknowledging it. Like he has jokes about like Tyler and stuff like that. I've never heard any jokes about Kendrick. I guess, what can you even say about him? Jay Farrow just imitates him, like, decently.
What does Michael Che do, huh? What does he do?
He just stays funny as shit.
He just shrugs his fucking shoulders every 2 seconds and does his best to Dave Chappelle impersonation.
You just hate these guys. You hate black comics.
No, I hate
dude.
that you like them.
You hate
You know
black
good
comedy.
comedy. Why do you like them?
Because I saw Shay live and it was so fucking funny. You're telling me about my experience. You're telling me that I didn't find him funny.